Hi there, Laura here. Today I am doing my hashtag Team Project Pan update. So it's been a month since I last did an update and it's time to go through and see where I'm up to. This hashtag was created by the Beauty News girls, which is Kat and Hayley, and they've both got channels as well as having one together called Beauty News. So I'll link their channels below so you can have a look, and the idea is that you have a full face of makeup for the year and you roll things in and out during the seasons or when you feel you want to. And this is my first sort of organised project pan. I did a little project pan last year, but that was just on my own. And so this year I thought I'd try doing one with other people. So let's get started. So I've got my list here of all my items, so I'm just going to go down my list because otherwise I forget stuff, and last time I went down my list and I still forgot stuff, so you know. So the first thing on my list is foundation. The first thing on my list is primer. So the first thing on my list was primer, and I put my my e.l.f. Poreless face primer in. And I said I didn't think there was very much in here because you can't see in the bottle. I used it once and then it was all gone, so no, there wasn't very much in the bottle, so that is an empty. And so I replaced that with my NYX Pore Filling Primer, and I forgot to mark where it was up to at the beginning. So I have actually used quite a bit of this and I can see in here, so I'm going to mark it now while I remember. So I think I'm up to here now. I think it was somewhere around there at a guess. So I've been using this one this month. And do I like this one? I'm not sure. I will show you how it comes out. But it's getting harder to get out because it's getting down there now. But it's all lumpy, and can you see that? See, I wonder if you can see the texture on it. It does smooth out, but you do have to be careful that your it's a pore filler primer. So I don't know whether you can tell, but it does smooth, but I don't think it holds the smooth. It doesn't stay like that. And you have to make sure that your moisturizer and stuff are really nicely soaked in before you put this on, otherwise it goes all, what do you call it? I can't remember the words. It pills. That's what I'm trying to think of. It pills up on you, so you have to be very careful when you pat it in and don't rub it too much, and make sure that I have to make sure my sunscreen is properly sunk into my skin, otherwise it just pills all over the place. So I haven't got much to go, so I will finish it, but I don't think I'd repurchase that one. This one was fine. I didn't notice a whole lot of pore filling, but it was fine. Now, so I've used this one this month. I've used it 12 times. And I've also, with that one, I've been using my e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. So I have been doing the pore filler on the bits that I feel need pore filling, and then I've been doing this on the rest of my face. And again, I can't tell how much is in there. You just have to kind of take a guess. It's a little bit heavier than this empty bottle, so I'm going to guess it's somewhere around there going up, because it's one of those airless pumps that go up, so probably got about that much left at a guess, because my kitchen scales don't work properly, so I can't weigh anything even if I wanted to, which I'm too lazy, so I'm not going to. And my concealer is my LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I've got this one in light ivory and this one in porcelain, so I use this one around my face, like around my nose and anywhere I want to spot conceal, and I use this one under my eyes and my eyebrows. So this one I was up to here last time, and now I'm up to here, and this one I was up to here last time, and now I'm up to here. So this one's nearly empty, but I suspect it's still going to go on for a while because you can always get a little bit more out. So doing quite well with those. Where am I putting this stuff? And look, I've forgotten to do the foundation, so I'll go back to the foundation. I have a list and I can't follow it. So I've been using my Maybelline Superstay, and I've got 2 because I have to mix the colour together. So I started off with this one up here, and last update I was down here, and now I can't actually pump any out, so I've taken the top off, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see in there, but there's just whatever's left in the bottom, and I've been scraping it out with an ice block stick. And same with this one. I was up to here when I started. The last update I was up to here, and now I can't pump it out anymore, and I'm just scraping it out. I wasn't going to scrape it out because you can't actually undo these. It's not a screw top, so I can't put the lids back on without a whole lot of hassle trying to get them back off again. So I don't know that I'll be using it that much longer, as apart from the fact there's hardly anything left. I can't seal the bottle up properly without having to go and get something to take off the top again. So I have opened them up and I will use a bit more, but I don't know, it feels messy and not very hygienic when you can't put the top on, and it'll dry up because you can't put the top on properly. But I am using it. So my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. So last time I was here, so I'll put a little picture up here, and now I am here. So a bit more pan. I don't use this on its own. I've been using it with my L'Oreal True Match, and I'll just put a little bit in here with the Rimmel Stay Matte and swirl it together and put it on my face. So I haven't been using it completely on its own, but it's going down and I've been using it. A setting spray. I haven't told you any of the numbers either. So the foundation I used both the same amount of time. So I used it 20 times over this last month. Then I took the stoppers out, and I've used it twice since I've taken the stopper out. Concealers. Both concealers I've used the same amount of time, and I've used those 25 times. So this was one of the products that I'd used up one setting spray during this project, and I started using this one last month, and I have finished this one as well. So I've used it. I used this 25 times this month. I used it 25 times last month, so that's 50 times I set my face with this, and now it's empty. So there's nothing left in here. It squirts out with lumps, so that's no good to me anymore. So that's last time I was up to here. You can see that, where that line is, and now it's empty. So I'm going to replace that with something else. Now my contour palette. The last time I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last time. And I was only going to use the contour shade one contour shade, and I was using the cream powder in there. This is what it looks like now. So I have finished the contour shade, which was here. It's all gone. I've made significant pan on this cream powder, and I have finished, I can't even remember where it was. I think it was over here, but it might have been over here, I can't remember. But there was a highlighty, slightly pinky champagne coloured highlighter in there that might have been over here, that I was just using on my body because it was too dark for my face, and I used that up. I'm not using this one. I tried, once I finished the contour here, I tried using this. It's too dark for a bronzer for me, so I thought, oh, I'll see what it looks like as a contour, but it's just too red, so I'm not going to use this one. I'll keep using this one, and when this is used up, then this palette is done. So I need another contour to replace that. Now my cream eyeshadow, I've got my Colour Tattoo. I haven't used this very much. Oh, how often did I use the contour? So I used the contour palette 24 times this month. So my Maybelline 24-hour Colour Tattoo cream eyeshadow, is that what you call it? I don't know. I haven't used this very much. I haven't used it very much. I used it once this month. But there is a tiny little wee bit of pan. You can see what it looked like before. But I only used it once. So I need... Oh. Back. Focus. So did you see that? I might have to do it again so you can actually see. So there it is. My Designer Brands Gold Liquid Eyeliner I used 5 times this month. So not a heck of a lot. I am having a bit of trouble getting it out, so I might need to take the stopper out of it because I'm having trouble coating my brush, and I did put a few little drops in there to sort of loosen it up a bit. So I don't think there's very much there. I was taking a guess that it was about up to there, but I don't think the lid, the brush and the lid goes all the way down, as you can see. So I'm having trouble getting to the bottom. So I think I'll have to take the stopper out of that because it's starting to get frustrating to use. My Lash Princess mascara I have used 25 times, and I quite like this mascara. It's making my lashes look nice and long and thick, but it's getting a little bit clumpy. You can see when you take it out. It's quite clumpy. So I think I might need to thin it down a little bit because it's making my lashes quite clumpy. But I've been enjoying it while it's open, and I don't know where I'm up to because after 3 months I'll just get rid of it and get another one if I haven't already finished it. My brow pomade, which I've had in since the beginning. I need to clean everything before I show you it. Just grab a makeup wipe. So this is my L'Oreal Brow Pomade, and 25 times I've used it, so every time I did my makeup I used it. And this is what it looked like last time, and this is what it looks like now. So it's basically finished. I could scrape a little bit around the sides, but honestly it's getting a bit dry around the sides now and it's not working that well. So I'm going to call this done. So this is my very first brow pomade, and so altogether to use this up from just about brand new, it was basically new, and I'll show you the progression of using this product. It took me 63 times using it to use it all up, which is way more than it takes me to use a pencil, so I think it was good. But it's the only brow pomade I've ever used, so I've got nothing to compare it with. But the formula was a bit weird, like it was quite crumbly, and I did end up trying to soften it up a bit with some eye drops to try and get it to spread properly. So I don't think I would repurchase this one. I think I would look for a different product. I did quite enjoy the little brush that came with it. That seemed to work well, and I like the fact that it was with it, so I didn't have to try and find a brush every time I wanted to use it. It was just right there. So I liked that about it, but I think there must be better formulas for brow pomade out there, so I won't be repurchasing that one. I think I'll look for something else. So in my lipsticks, I got the Rimmel Stay Matte in liquid lipstick in Be My Baby, and I think I was about there last time, and when the light shines through it, I'm about here, so it's nearly empty. I can still get some stuff out. It doesn't have a stopper in it to take out, but I can still use it, but it's not going to last that much longer. And as for my Juicy Pink Maybelline pink lipstick, last time I had finished it, but I was scraping some out. So I have scraped some out, but I'm going to call this done now, because what I've found is the stuff that's inside here, it's not quite the same as the stuff that before I had to start scraping it out, because you put it on and it looks nice, but it comes off really quickly. I think it comes off a lot quicker than it used to. So it just, I don't know, it just doesn't stay on as well anymore. So I'm going to call this one done. And my gloss, which has been lying on its side, so now you can't tell where it's up to. Luckily I marked it first. So my gloss, I used my Rimmel Stay Matte 5, 10, 15, 16 times this month. I used my Maybelline lipstick, I only used 6 times. So I'm obviously not going to use it as much either when I have to scrape it out and use it like that. And the gloss I used 14 times, and I was up to here last time, and now I'm about up to here. My L'Oreal True Match Minerals Powder Foundation, I was up to about here last time, and let me just mark this. And I used that 5, 10, 15, 20. I used this 21 times, and as far as I can tell, it's quite hard to see. I haven't used very much of it. There's still plenty left in there, and I'm going to change this one out to something else. I put in my LA Colours blush colour and contour. Not that I think there's anything in here that's good for a contour. I think they're all more like blushes. And my goal here was to use all the colours. So I have used every colour once this month. I was thinking, have I? Yes, I have used every colour once. Sometimes I've used them just as to deepen up a colour, or as a kind of a blush topper, or a sort of under highlight kind of thing. And they're really pigmented. You only need a really tiny bit. And so I've used this 10 times, and there are 10 colours, coincidentally enough. So I'm going to roll that out as well. Now to do the bit you've probably all been waiting for, I'm going to do my Nudes 4 one first. Eyeshadow palette. Now this one I used once all month, so you're not going to see any change in that. What colour did I use? I used the two pink colours when I used it. Because I've been concentrating on the other one, I find I can't sort of seem to divide my attention between these two palettes plus my Panette palette partner. It's too many. And I worked out if I actually want to pan these palettes, this one and this one, by the end of the year, I have to finish 5 pans of eyeshadow every month from now on. How many pans have I finished so far? 0, none. No, somehow I don't think that's going to happen. So the one that I have been concentrating on is this one here, and we'll talk about the highlighter first. So this is the highlighter. And I'll put in a picture of what the highlighter looked like last time. So significant pan going on there. The blush here. No pan on that, but there is a good dip. And the bronzer, nearly finished the bronzer. And I'll put in a picture of what it looked like before. And then the eyeshadows, which you've already seen now, I'm doing pretty well. The purple is nearly all gone. Got bigger dips in these 3. I think I'd only just hit pan on this one. I've got a tiny bit of pan on this pink one. Got some pan on the lighter purple one. I've got a bigger pan on this turquoise one. Oops, put my fingernail on it. And I think that's all I've hit pan on. There are some decent dips going on in some of them, but I haven't actually finished any of those yet. But I'm happy with my progress there. I think it's looking good. There are 2 other things in my project, so I'll go and get them because I've got to bring them in. So the 2 other things in my project are both fragrances. So the Body Shop Satsuma Body Mist, and I was up to there last time, and now I'm up to here. And the other one is also a Body Shop one. This was, what's it called? Japanese Cherry Blossom. Strawberry Kiss. It's like it can't make up its mind what its name is. So I was up to here last time and it's gone down just a little bit. The progress seems to be fairly consistent. So I must use about the same amount each month. And I used the Satsuma one, I used 28 times, and the cherry blossom one, yeah, 15 times. And that's my progress. So I've got a few things that I am rolling out. So as I said, I'd finished this one, so I rolled in this primer and this primer. So I'm just going to carry on using these two for the rest of the month, and well, until I finish them. The foundation will stay the same, but they're nearly finished, but I haven't decided what I'm going to put in its place. Whether I'm going to put another foundation in or whether I'm going to do something else. So I'll have to update you on that when I know what I'm doing there. The setting spray, yep. So the Rimmel Stay Matte will just stay in because I'm still using that. Now I was using it with this, but I'm rolling this out because I don't need to use that up. So I'm going to put that away, and I'm going to bring my lace powder back in, my Revolution lace baking powder, and I'll use it in the same way. I'll put some of it in here with my Rimmel Stay Matte because I really liked this combination when I had it in before, so I'm going to go back and use that again because I enjoyed it. I'm going to continue using this powder out of here, and I'm going to roll in my OXX Studio face palette in medium, and I'm going to use the contour in here. So it's practically brand new. I've used it about 3 times over the last 3 days because I'd run out of this one. So that's what I'm going to replace that with. I'm going to continue using this palette. So this has still got highlighter and bronzer in it and blush in it. When I have finished the bronzer and the highlighter in there, which I will use the bronzer up before the end of the month, I may start using the one in the OXX palette that I'm getting this out of. It is a slightly shimmery bronzer. You won't be able to see it probably. So I will start using that, and if I decide I don't want to use a shimmery bronzer every day, then I'll decide whether I want to swap it out for something else or add in a plain bronzer and just use the shimmer as a kind of a topper. I'll leave this in, but I haven't been using it much because I only used it once a month, but it's staying in. And I'm also going to leave my Maybelline tattoo in, even though I used it once. I'm going to leave this in. I'm going to take this stopper out of here and see if I can use it more easily. The Lash Princess is staying in, and I'll just thin it down a little bit. Now I need a different product apart from this one. Now I'm not going to replace this with another brow product because I don't see any point, because the only other brow products I have the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper, so it's like a gel, and the LA Girl Brow Pencil. These were the only brow products that I own, so I don't feel like I need to pan them and use them up or anything. So I'm not going to replace something. I will be using these, but they're just going to be used organically anyway because I haven't got anything else to use. I'm going to continue using my fragrances. I'm going to roll this out, and in its place, I already know what I'm going to put in its place. I have got the Nude by Nature here, and it's just a little, just take the eyelash off it. So it's just a little blister pack, I've opened this one here and used it twice, but all the rest I haven't tried yet, and I think I might be surprised how often I can use this before one of these is empty. So I'm gonna use this because I'd like to use it and just get it out of my collection, see if there are any particular shades that I love so much that I would like to. They're actually upside down, so that makes more sense that way. There we go. It's this one that I've actually used. So yeah, so I'd like to use them, try the colours out, see if there are any colours I really, really like. If I haven't got them in my collection, I already know with the deep plum, I didn't have a deep plum in my collection, and I ended up buying a deep plum lipstick because I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to use that up, and they're good sort of nudie colours that I can wear with everything. And there's a bit of a range there, and we're heading into autumn, so some of these colours here will be quite good, and you've just got your basic nudes up the top. So I'm going to use that up, and I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to roll this out, the blush palette, because I achieved my goal on there, which was to use everything in it. And I need a new setting spray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll in my Milani Make It Dewy, and I've taken the lid off here and I've put it in my NYX bottle because the sprayer on here is defective, and you spray it and it's spraying over your head and stuff instead of on your face, and it was annoying me. So I've just put it in this bottle instead, and I'll use this bottle. But I'm also going to use the other one, the Make It Last Milani one as well, because the Make It Dewy one, I find, if I can put the lid back on, I'll put the lid back on, but I can't put the lid back on. The Make It Dewy one, sometimes it's just too dewy, so I'll put that on, and yes, you look all shiny in that. I don't think you would like this if you are oily, but if I put something like this one on over the top, it just makes it feel like it's going to last better, because this one on its own just feels like my makeup's going to slide off. So I'm going to use it, but it's not my favourite. This one was good. I enjoyed this. I think it did help to make my makeup last longer, so the Sports Fix one. So I would probably buy this one again, but I don't need to because I've got a few other setting sprays to use up first.